Take a moment and type the terms gamer and food together into Google image search right now. Do it, I'll wait. Okay, you done? Notice anything? There are some common themes amongst these treats. Most of the top images are of an actual brand of snack in vacuum packs literally called gamer food, which appears to be somewhat of a combination of dog treats and corn nuts. The others, however, are pictures of Mountain Dew, Doritos, Taco Bell, pizza, burgers, cookies, French fries, you get the deal. Why is gaming associated with such junk food? Admittedly, a lot of these items are guilty pleasures of mine. I'm no health food freak after all, but there's gotta be healthier alternatives that scratch the same itch, right? Luckily, I'm here to provide some basic suggestions on ways that you can still snack when gaming without piling on needless calories. Let's start with the two most famous offenders first, Doritos and Mountain Dew. Ah, the holy snacks of the MLG, blessed be thy taste. I used to love this deadly duo back in 2007 when Halo 3 released alongside Mountain Dew Game Fuel. It just seemed so right. The saccharinely sweet fizz of Dew chasing the parching orange paste of a freshly masticated Dorito. There was nothing finer. A decade later, however, my tastes have matured and I've become more aware of my blood pressure. I can't inhale preservatives like I used to without at least a twinge of guilt. I'm happy to admit that I found suitable alternatives to these two junky snacks quite by accident. I wasn't trying to find healthy food at all. I was just looking for new good food. The first is a naturally essenced brand of sparkling water called LaCroix. Yeah, I know, it sounds douchey, but trust me. This zero-calorie beverage has quite the following online and can be found at most common grocery stores. Flavored seltzer is nothing new, but the fine folks at LaCroix have really found the secret sauce because their formula is leagues ahead of Crystal Geyser and Perrier brand flavored waters. Most flavors are excellent, but to scratch that Mountain Dew craving, I recommend you look into the cherry lime. The flavor is reminiscent of Jolly Ranchers and is so sweet on the tongue you'll swear they're lying on the label when you see 0 grams of sugar. Trust me, give these a go and you'll be hooked. Next we have Late July multigrain organic tortilla chips. These come in a variety of naturally flavored and colored variations from jalapeno lime to buffalo queso. If you're used to the over-the-top flavors of Doritos, you'll be right at home here. The only difference is that you won't feel like shit after you absent-mindedly eat the entire bag. In fact, some flavors are enriched with flaxseed, so you can get your essential oils on while you fight battles for galactic peace in your armchair. So what about energy drinks? How are you supposed to stay awake for those long raids? Call me boring, but I'd recommend a simple dark roast coffee. The darker roasts of coffee have a nice bold flavor great for cold nights, with less caffeine than lighter roasts, meaning you'll get enough of a boost without dehydrating too much or crashing mid-session. If you must, throw in a splash of low-fat milk or rice milk to smooth things up. It might not be exciting, but it's cheaper and free of all the nasty stuff they throw into Monster Energy drink. Fast food outlets like Taco Bell and Jack in the Box will always have the convenience factor on their side, but that doesn't mean they should always be your solution every time. For when hunger really strikes, I recommend you turn to simple home-cooked alternatives that are as easy to make as they are to afford. First up is the simple, unassuming baked potato. Any dingus can make a baked potato. Just wrap them in foil and toss them into the oven. Easy. If you can't even manage that, I doubt you're any good at Overwatch. For toppings, I'd recommend salt and pepper, some non-fat Greek yogurt is a great alternative to sour cream, and maybe some chives if you're feeling really fancy. Skip the butter if you can, but a drizzle of olive oil also works if you find the potato too dry. The next recipe is a little more complicated, but still quite easy. I found out about it from one of those annoying Facebook posts that people share from Delish. Basically, you slice bananas into coins and saute them in coconut oil until they begin to caramelize. Then sprinkle on some sugar and ground cinnamon. The recipe recommends you dip them in melted chocolate too, but in my opinion, they're completely delicious by themselves. And who the hell wants to clean up after melting chocolate? Not me. That's more time away from the games. For the lazy, you can always just grab a piece of hand fruit or some carrots. You might not find yourself craving these foods, but once you cut your hunger with one of these healthier alternatives, you'll be able to resist the junk food temptation. You should be able to snack and game without feeling miserable after all, and trust me, your body will repay you later as you continue to age. There are countless healthy recipes out there, so I recommend you do some personal research if I didn't mention anything that suits your fancy. And that about wraps it up for me. I hope I helped you learn something. Good day, good food, and thank you all for listening.